honestly insane. The reaction to this shop is crazy. Let's talk about Marie Kondo and her new online shop. If you're new to my channel, my name's Mel. I am absolutely obsessed with decluttering. I'm always decluttering my home. I live with a husband and 2 kids. We've got a young family, so there's always stuff coming into our house. I make videos all about decluttering. There's lots of decluttering tips. I do a lot of declutter with me videos and show you how I declutter and organize things in my own house. So if that is what you're interested in, I'd love to have you click the red subscribe button down below and join my community. So Marie Kondo, she has actually copped a lot of flack for her Netflix show, which she released in January of this year, 2019. And now she's copped a lot of flack for opening up her KonMari online shop, where she has some relatively expensive items that you can purchase that she says have enhanced her life. And now she wants to make those items available to people who have asked her about her favorite things. So she's got a lot of fans and a lot of people who have used her KonMari method to declutter their homes, and they often ask her what sort of items bring her joy. Now, when her Netflix show Tidying Up with Marie Kondo came out, people were saying that she was teaching people how to declutter but not necessarily how to minimize and stop consuming. She got a lot of criticism about the number of donations that charities received. They were inundated with donations just after the program went live. There's a lot of talk about the fact that consumerism is still quite rampant and that people are purchasing more than ever. So they were saying that, yes, she's helping people declutter their homes, but they're still bringing stuff in. I actually did a review of her Netflix show when it first came out, so I'll leave a link to that video up here in the round info card above, so you can go and watch that after you've watched this video. When the news of Marie Kondo's new online shop hit, I was curious, and I also noticed that there were quite a lot of articles coming out in the press giving her quite a lot of flack for launching this part of her business. So if you're not familiar with the shop or haven't had a chance to look online, she's got a lot of different items in different categories. She's got items for decor and living. A lot of people would argue that decor is not very minimalist. Tidying and organization, tabletop and entertaining, cooking and kitchen, bath essentials, aromatherapy, and of course her books. She's written 3 books, I believe, 2 of which I've read. The sorts of items she's selling are things like a tuning fork in rose quartz crystal for $75. I'm not sure if that's US or Australian dollars. I'm in Australia, so I'm not sure. But that's relatively expensive, I think, for a lot of people. Some really cute little room shoes or slippers, which are actually quite expensive at $206. But they are leather. In fact, that item is out of stock. It's actually sold out online very quickly. There's an oil diffuser for $119. There's also a countertop compost bin that is $175. It's made out of a combination of wood and stainless steel. The list goes on. Marie has received a lot of flack for selling all these items. People are basically saying, why are you going to all this trouble to help us declutter, and then you go and try and sell us a bunch of junk? Now, I'm a minimalist, but I don't see anything wrong with purchasing items as long as they're things you're going to use and you're going to love. And Marie has specifically said on her website that these are items people have been asking her about for ages. They're basically saying, what are your favorite items? What brings you joy? And she wants to share it with her audience. I don't see anything wrong with that. I do think the criticism of minimalists has gone too far. No wonder people are reluctant to call themselves minimalists. Even I, for a while, stopped using the word minimalism in my videos and a lot of my content because I got a lot of flack from people saying that, you know, I had too many things in my handbag, or, you know, I shouldn't shop at Kmart and those sorts of things. Yes, I absolutely love Kmart. And I do buy a lot of stuff from there, but it's stuff that I actually use. Guys, the difference is conscious consumerism. Marie Kondo is not saying that you need to buy the items in her online shop to have a fulfilling and joyful life. She is just sharing the items that people have asked her what have brought her joy, and it's up to you whether or not you want to go and purchase them. I mean, $206 for a pair of slippers is quite steep, but they're leather and they'll probably be really good quality and last for ages. Personally, I'm more of a Slumbees girl, but each to their own. I'm not going to judge if you want to go and buy a pair of $206 leather slippers and that is what makes you happy. I've actually got a pair of leather boots that I still wear, and I bought them around 2004, 2005. So guys, I've had them for nearly 15 years and I still wear them every winter. They've been resold about 2 or 3 times, but I absolutely love them. These boots have lasted the distance and they probably would have cost me about $200 at the time that I bought them. But if you look at that investment over a period of 15 years, it's well worth it. Everybody has their own definition of trash or treasure and what they value, but I think she would have put a lot of thought into the items that she was going to make available to her audience, and also she would be looking for good quality items that last a distance. She's not going to sell you a whole bunch of plastic junk. At heart, we are humans, we are consumers. We need to consume to live. And she's not the first to go and sell things. The minimalists sell coffee, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Are they bad minimalists because they want to sell people coffee? Marie Kondo has actually done a lot of good for the world. I personally, when I started my minimalism journey 3 years ago, it was because a friend of mine recommended that I read her book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And I read the book pretty much all in one evening. I could not put it down. And to this day, I just love reading articles about minimalism. Like I said, I'm obsessed, and I love reading minimalism books, and I love writing about it and talking about it. Her book actually did change my life. I decluttered my home. Didn't declutter all my husband's stuff because you don't declutter other people's stuff. But that aside, I decluttered my home and it did release a lot of the anxiety and overwhelm that I feel, and I loved it so much that I wanted to share that with other people as well. I started helping friends and family declutter. I now make all this content on YouTube and I've discovered a passion for it. And I wouldn't have found that if it wasn't for minimalism and me having read Marie Kondo's book. I don't think she's trying to encourage people to just buy more stuff for the sake of buying more stuff. I think Joshua Fields-Millburn of The Minimalists puts it so beautifully. He basically says, minimalism is the thing that gets us past the things, so we can make room for life's important things, which aren't things at all. But that's not to say that I can't go and buy these cushions. I like cushions. I don't have tons of them, but I've got enough of them that it brings me joy to see them on my sofas and in the background of my videos. I've bought wall prints from Kmart that give me joy. They're not the most expensive things, but some of them have some lovely quotes on them which just bring me joy and help motivate me and inspire me. There's nothing wrong with buying stuff. Buying with intent and buying things that you're actually going to use or that you love. What a lot of minimalists are trying to tell you is that if you have too much stuff, you can't see the wood for the trees. You can't see the things that you value because it's all hidden amongst clutter and piles of stuff. So in conclusion, I just think you all need to chill. Lay off Marie Kondo. If you don't want to buy the stuff in her shop, don't buy it. But next time you go to buy something, or next week, well, at the time of this recording, next week when they're having the Black Friday sales, think about whether you're logging on to buy something in the Black Friday or Cyber Monday sales just because it's on sale, or is it something that you actually need? I've actually had my eye on a microphone to do voiceovers on my videos and start producing audio training files for my clients and things like that, and that is something that I'll probably log on to have a look at next Black Friday to get a better deal on it. But it's something that I already know that I want to get and use. It's not something that I think, well, just because it's on sale on Black Friday, I'll buy it and I'll find a use for it. Alright guys, so this is a little bit more of a different video from me than usual. I don't usually do rants like this, although if you like this type of video, give it a thumbs up. I actually recently decluttered a hoarder's house. I'll leave a link to that video over here so you can go have a look at it, and there'll be another video down here that you may be interested in as well. Thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate your time, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. I started my minimalism